Hi there, this is Derek Moore, and today's video lesson is going to be on properly and safely using a chef knife for basic cuts. It's more so about proper handling of the knife, more so than it is about the end product that we end up with from chopping up the fruit. First off, I'm going to go over the materials you're going to need. The list is quite simple. What you need is a cotton cloth that's clean, and you want it to be wet and soaked and then wrung out, so it's damp. And you want to lay it flat on your counter, and you want to have your cutting board too, a clean cutting board, and you place it on top of the cotton cloth. And what this does is prevent it from sliding around when you're trying to cut something. Thirdly, you're going to need a knife, chef knife. And you're going to need a piece of produce. So if you want to pause and write down this list real quick, you can feel free to do so, or gather up the supplies and follow along with me. What I recommend you doing, though, throughout the video, I'll give you give you cues to pause, to practice, and not do it simultaneously with the video, because then your attention isn't focused on the knife, which can be dangerous. First, I'm going to go over the parts of the knife, the basic classic chef knife. Mine is an 8-inch chef knife. What you have is the blade, and the whole blade is probably about this part, but it's more so like the edge of the blade. And you have your spine, which is the top part. You have your heel and your nose, and the rest of this is just like the breadth of the blade. You have your hilt and your handle. And what you want to do now is, if you want to pause to make a little diagram or take notes, you can feel free to do so, or you can continue along. And what I'm going to show you is how to grip the knife in your hand. And the proper way to do so is to take your middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger and grip the handle, while leaving your thumb and index finger to grip above the hilt onto the blade, in the middle between the heel of the blade and the spine. And what this does is allows you to grip the knife as well as have more precision control over how to hold it and wield it. So if you want to pause now and hold a knife in your hand and feel free to get comfortable with it, you can do so, or continue along. What you want to do now is, what I'm going to show you now actually is the proper way to just like the motion for basic chopping and slicing into produce. So once you have it gripped in your hand the proper way, you're going to start with the nose and kind of let the weight of the blade as you rock forward come down onto the object, rather than chopping, unless that's for like mincing or another type of cut. But for now, we're just going to focus on slicing. And you're going to slice, bring up, draw back, and slice down. Bring up, draw back, slice down, forward, in a forward and down motion. So if you want to practice that, you can feel free to pause the video and do so, or continue along, where I'm going to show you how to grip with your other hand. In this case, my left hand, is grab the produce you're going to cut. In this case, it's a beet. Round objects are a little difficult just because they move around and they're a little bit wider, but it's typically true for most basic objects that you're going to cut, like say a banana too. It's a little bit easier. I wouldn't really slice a banana for any particular reason, but for the sake of the demonstration, we can grip with our pinky and our thumb, and this is what you're going to hold onto the object with and hold it in place, and your other 3 fingers are to grip it and guide the knife. And what you want to do is have your fingers clawed back beneath, like on your third knuckle, before the tips of your fingers. You're going to have them arched back, and between your third knuckle and second knuckle, you want the that part flat. And what this does is gives you a flat guiding surface that you will literally like place your knife against and glide down without it actually coming into contact or the edge of the blade being able to slice into your finger. So if you want to watch now, I'm just going to guide it down, forward, and slice through the banana safely without hurting my fingers. What you want to do now is just pause and practice gripping before even slicing, and just get familiar with being able to grip it like this, wiggle it around, and then guide your fingers and make sure that they are perpendicular to the table and just straight vertical. What we can do now, if you want to continue on, is put the nose down, have the heel of the blade, have the close to the nose, because you're going to be guiding forward, so you want the length of the blade, so you'd probably down, guide the blade, and nose on the table, and slide forward, and not coming straight down for a basic slice. That way it's just nice and clean, and you're not smashing it, you're keeping it nice and round. So that's your basic slicing. What you want to do now is probably set the knife down, get rid of the cutting board, and clean off your blade. Since this is a clean cloth, I just usually wipe that down and wipe the knife clean and rinse it off and wipe it again dry and store it. So that's the basic way to hold a knife and not cut your fingers. And what I'd like for you to do now is to record a video of yourself and of demonstrating these proper knife techniques, starting off with, you know, the material, basically recreating this video, the materials you need, slowly gripping the knife like so, showing me that you know how to hold it, showing me that you know how to grip the object with your hand, and then how to place the knife against so, and before you even slice, show me that you can prove that you're not going to slice off the tips of your fingers, basically, and that you can cut through. I don't have my cutting board, but wrapping up the video, and just be able to slice through. And if you upload that into the discussion and just show me that you can do so, then it would be successful. Thanks.